When I asked Andy Cruz what his strategy would be tonight, he told me, I will dance to the tune I need to dance to in order to win. What tune is that, Chris?
I think it's a tune that takes this fight the full 10-round distance. I mean, I have been talking to people in Cruz's team for most of the week, and they just keep telling me, we want to box. We want to box. Now, maybe if they can walk him down in later rounds, they'll go for it, but they want to stay away from that power of Omar Salcido.
Listo. Listo. Box.
So here we go. Andy Cruz in the white and the Mexican Omar Salcido in the black.
And there is a reason for all that, Todd. The lone loss of Salcido's career came against Jose Nunez. He was outboxed in that fight and really struggled with the footwork of Nunez. His output, his offense was really just completely neutralized. And Andy Cruz is probably a better version of Nunez. So he's going to have to figure out the movement and the footwork of Cruz in this fight.
Yeah, but Salcido looked sensational in his last fight, a 9th round knockout win over former title holder Chris Colbert.
Very different type of fight. And Chris Colbert had been knocked out prior to that too, kind of on the back end of what was a decent run at 130 pounds. This is a different animal altogether.
You're not that impressed, sounds like.
Hey, it put him on the map, but it probably put him in the position to get this particular fight.
Let's see what he does with it. Boxing's all about opportunities and what you make of them. Cruz being very patient here in round 1. You know, Cubans were kind of getting that bad rep of being just boring boxers. And Andy Cruz kind of came onto the scene. Like you said, he wanted to learn how to be a boxer-puncher training in Philadelphia. 2 knockouts in his first 4 wins. But let's see if tonight he doesn't even just revert back to the Cuban amateur boxing style.
Now, the poster boy for that has obviously been Guillermo Rigondeaux, who had a lot of success but didn't do it in a very entertaining way. But in fairness to the Cuban system, like they've had some good, entertaining fighters. Yuriorkis Gamboa, very entertaining guy. Luis Ortiz, another entertaining guy at the heavyweight division. So, you know, you've seen some punchers coming out of the Cuban pipeline.
That's Cruz landing all the punches now. A couple of heavy power shots. Salcido, who has 14 knockouts in his 20 wins, believes if it can turn into more of a fight, he's got a real chance to spring the upset.
You know, and Salcido went to school on what Antonio Moran was trying to do against Andy Cruz, particularly with that overhand right. It was the overhand right that hurt Andy Cruz in the middle rounds of that fight. And Salcido's going to be looking for opportunities to throw and land that tonight.
He hasn't thrown much at all yet. Still trying to just feel Andy Cruz out. Even those punches aren't really thrown with much of anything. There's something. Cruz made his professional debut against Juan Carlos Burgos in July of last year. Talk about a decent opponent right out of the gate. And he did very well, did Andy Cruz.
10 seconds, 10 segundos para la campana. Tiempo.
Yo, keep popping that jab. Keep up. Sit down. Yo, keep popping that jab, right? And give me the angle. Yo, he's throwing wide shots. Right there, you see the opening. Bang, bang, right there. Keep using the jab, though, set your shots up. You got like, what, 9 rounds, man? Take your time, man. He gonna wind up getting tired. He trying to throw power shot. You know what I mean? Keep that jab popping. Everything behind the jab. Everything behind the jab. Boom, hop, bang, pop, pop, pop. Combinations. Don't pull back, though. He's trying to catch you pulling back. All right? More jabs.
You know, everything Andy Cruz started early on came behind that jab, except for that nice little left hook, got around the guard of Salcido, followed up with a straight right hand that just missed the tip of the chin. Good round for Andy Cruz. You heard in his corner right there, Bozy Ennis saying, Jay, just keep fighting behind that jab. It's going to open up everything else.
Round 2, a very pedestrian opening 3 minutes. So basically Andy Cruz wants this to stay sort of boring. Salcido wants it to get exciting.
Well, it's tough for Salcido to get off when CRUZ is moving the way that he is, because he is a little bit flat-footed there in the ring. He's trying to sit down that right hand so he can land it, but CRUZ is not giving him a stationary target.
Stop. Nope, stop. Break, no le pegues en la espalda. Box.
And one of the things that's always so striking about these pro fights for Andy CRUZ is the difference in accuracy between CRUZ and his opponents. He's oftentimes right around 40%, while his opponents are more often than not, I believe in all his fights, they've been sub 20% when it comes to landed punches.
Wow. Hit and don't get hit. That's the name of the game. Eddie Hearn, when he saw CRUZ fighting as an amateur, said it was like watching an artist draw a painting. I was completely mesmerized. CRUZ tried to leave Cuba unsuccessfully in 2022 and was permanently removed from the Cuban national team. His $400 a month stipend was taken away, his access to training facilities. He said all he could do was shadow box and run, and considered selling peanuts for a living until he was able to escape Cuba and come to America. So he's living the dream right now as he lands a right hand, and now he's getting more comfortable. CRUZ walks around, he says about 143 pounds, just 8 pounds over the 135 limit.
Yeah, it was funny, you know, hearing his team talk about good body shot there from CRUZ. You know, eventually, as Andy CRUZ gets a little bit older, you'd think he'd move up in weight, but one of the things they were saying to me this week was, hey, we could probably make 130 if we wanted to. That's how in shape Andy CRUZ is.
Wow, can you imagine what damage he could do down there?
¿Cómo te sientes? No pega duro, güey, pero no te me confíes, ¿ok? Ya es tiempo ahora sí. Cortar la distancia, irnos al pecho, irnos al cuerpo, güey. Bajito, bajito, y hay que tirar el cuerpo, güey. ¿Sí me entiendes? Presión, 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 ¿ok?
How much do you want this? He's not got anything on you. You've got to be intelligent, keep in your shell, but you need to attack his body.
And there you see Andy CRUZ just avoiding that left hook from Salcido, following up with a couple of jabs, following the advice of his corner expertly. And there you see just a simple step back from Andy CRUZ, avoiding that right hand, following it up with a right hand of his own. Really brilliant boxing through these first 2 rounds from Andy CRUZ.
I think CRUZ is still going to go for the knockout. I don't think he has it in him just to coast. He doesn't seem like that kind of character from the conversations I've had with him. He likes to entertain.
Hey, you got to be careful, though, in situations like this. We were just watching earlier in the day, part of this 12 hours of boxing. You had Harry Scarf, I believe, up 9 rounds to 1 against Conan Walker. Winds up getting knocked out in the last part of the fight. See, these guys stick and punch, they're always dangerous.
And that's where Andy CRUZ needs to be careful in those exchanges.
Súbelo un poco, Andy, súbelo un poco. Stop! No punch, break! Aquí estoy, here we go. Box!
Salcido telling us, I love to spoil parties. And this is supposed to be a celebration for Andy Cruz. But I'm going to blow his lights out, or blow his candles out.
Yeah, good counter left there from Salcido. Follows it up with a nice body shot, too.
There's a right hand from Salcido.
Good body work there from Salcido. That's what you want to see more of. You're going to slow down the mobility of a guy like Andy Cruz. The fastest way to do it is to land some of those body shots.
Well, he recently started working with Jose Benavidez Sr., and we know his son likes to go to the body. Salcido, also a student in Mexico, studying economics. Cruz a little more comfortable now just to stay in front of Salcido instead of constantly moving.
And Cruz is a great defensive fighter, but he's not a runner. Like, he's not going to be avoiding confrontation there. He's so good with that little step back to step out of range of big shots.
Sticking and moving is Andy Cruz.
You can see certainly dedication to the body from Salcido in this round. Good combination up top from Andy Cruz.
Cruz is feeling it tonight.
10 segundos para la campana.
So much faster, more precise.
Tiempo.
About 90 minutes ago, in stepped Diego Pacheco, his newborn daughter in the buggy. There's his wife, a family man living in Seattle. Doesn't like to go out, Chris. Not a big drinker or partier. He just likes to go to the gym, go hang out with his family.
Yeah, it's scary for opponents is that at 23 years old, Diego Pacheco is saying that he is really feeling his man strength. Trained for this fight by sparring with Carlos Adames. So we're going to see on February 22nd fighting or defending his middleweight title. So Diego Pacheco got a lot going for him right now. And Steven Nelson is trying to prove that he is on that level. Back in 2020, Nelson picked up a big win or a good win against Ken Kilich. That was expected to kind of catapult Nelson to that next level. Injuries, outside the ring issues have kept him from capitalizing on that, but this is his opportunity. This is his time to prove he belongs in the 168-pound division.
And you saw his hype man right behind him, Terrence Crawford. He's been screaming and yelling, saying, hey, this guy is going to beat Diego Pacheco. Get ready. It's going to happen.
Well, no one would know Steven Nelson better than Terrence Crawford, so you got to take him at his word.
Salcido hasn't found much success in this fight, but not many people have had success against Andy Cruz.
Tú también, Omar, súbelo un poco.
Cruz told us he's motivated to have success for his son, who he had to leave behind in Cuba. Hopes to rejoin him soon, but says he thinks about him, uses him as motivation.
This is what I was talking about, Todd, with some of these accuracy numbers. Andy Cruz, not as accurate as he's been in some recent fights, but Salcido, 15%. That's right around where Cruz keeps a lot of his opponents.
That's a lot of swinging and missing. Or being blocked. Andy Cruz, a 2020 Olympic gold medalist at the lightweight division, 3-time world amateur champion. Power jab from Cruz. Salcido continues to methodically move forward.
Good little left Damn, that hurts Salcido. Left hand from Andy Cruz, right to the jaw. Short little half uppercut.
And then he came back with a left hook, did Andy Cruz. He's kind of bullying the bully, isn't he?
Now he's picking his spots. He's still moving, which is what his team has wanted him to do. But when he feels like he's got opportunities to step on the front foot, he's doing it. He's having success.
Left hand from Cruz. Nice counter right, and that buckled the legs of Salcido. Cruz is having his way right now. You got to be careful for that. You got to watch out. Plenty of power from the Mexican if he can land it. But right now it's Cruz doing all the damage.
I love the way Cruz is fighting. He takes one good shot from Salcido, but he's always there to answer with 2 or 3 more of his own.
And a right hand on the inside from Cruz. He's just too good. Friday, February 28th, Eduardo Rocky Hernandez returns to action against fellow Mexican Rene Tellez Diron, headlining a stacked card in Oaxaca, Mexico. That's Friday, February 28th, live here on DAZN.
And you see that short little kind of half hook there, left hand from Andy Cruz. That definitely made an impact on Salcido. Cruz recognized that, followed up with a good combination of his own. And there you see Salcido letting his hands go, landing one shot, but Cruz bouncing back with 2 or 3 more of his own. And there you see Salcido coming inside, a little uppercut of his own there. You know, Salcido's doing what he can, and he's probably happy with the pace of this fight, but Andy Cruz is just taking anything that Salcido's got and responding with combinations.
Shakur Stevenson joining us.
What's up?
Again, ringside. What do you think of Andy Cruz so far?
I think he looked amazing right now. I think he's boxing a good fight, standing his ground at times. I think he looked real good.
You know, you're one of the best defensive fighters in boxing as well, Shakur. We look at these Andy Cruz fights, and his opponents are always sub 20% when it comes to accuracy rates. When you watch him, and what do you think makes him great defensively?
I think he just understands boxing. He understands hit, don't get hit. You can tell he's been doing this his whole life. This looks how he looks in the amateur. He's still the same Andy Cruz.
He's talked about fighting Keyshawn Davis. You know, they had the 4 fights as an amateur. Cruz won them all. What do you think about that potential matchup?
I think it's an amazing matchup. You know, I'm rocking with Keyshawn. I think that Keyshawn a little bit too strong in the pros for Andy, but I would love to see the fight.
Yeah, that's a fight I think we'd get a couple years down the line, maybe even a different weight class between these two guys.
Yeah, like 140.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey, you see these punch stats. Andy Cruz, 44 jabs landed through the 4th round, 6 for Omar Salcido, a 6% connect rate for Salcido.
Well, Salcido is just looking for that one punch to try and change things, just to get some respect from Cruz. Maybe get him off kilter a little bit, but he just hasn't found the combination yet, Shakur.
Yeah, he been trying to attack the body, but it don't seem to phase Andy right now. Andy's kind of taking it well. Looks like he's in pretty good shape.
Left hook from Cruz. Well, Cruz did say I'm going for the knockout. Even though his team was stressing that they wanted to box.
Good shots. That was a good one.
Jab from Cruz. He makes it look so easy.
I think he's just getting into his rhythm now, too.
When you're fighting like that, is he thinking about what he's doing next, or is it just all instinct, do you think, for Andy Cruz?
I think he's thinking and his instincts. A lot of instincts, but at times he's thinking of what he's going to do before he do it.
You and Andy are 2 of the best that I've seen in boxing today, just kind of taking that little step back and just getting just out of range of those shots. It's got to be so frustrating for a fighter to see an opponent just a little bit out of range.
Yeah, I think he knows his distance real good.
Whoa, left hand. Andy Cruz said no, but it hurt him a little bit. And that's the moment I was talking about. Salcido won it. Just a ray of sunshine, and now he's got it.
That's the only thing about Andy. Andy kind of lose focus at times in fights.
Yeah, he did it against Antonio Moran. Took that straight right hand.
So now Salcido knows, hey, I can hurt this guy a little bit.
Vamos a hacerlo por México, cabrón. Vamos con todo, esta oportunidad de tu vida, güey. ¿Sí me entiendes? Vamos con todo, güey, ¿ok? ¿Quieres ganar, güey? Vamos con todo, cerradito y al cuerpo, ¿ok?
There's some more action from Andy Cruz. Salcido trying to go downstairs. Andy Cruz taking advantage, come upstairs with a nice right hand. And then you see this big shot that came from Salcido. A little bit of a check, a little bit of counter left hook there that caught Cruz. Shook his head right away, but you know, Shakur, when somebody shakes their head, that means they felt it. That means they felt it.
Yeah, I think Andy just wasn't on his defense after he got done punching. And I think he'd probably be more aware of it this round.
Ahí quédense.
What was it like in the amateurs fighting Cuban fighters? Were they just a step Americans?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Chris Mannix, how do you have this scored through 5 rounds?
And I've got a 4 rounds to 1 in favor of Andy Cruz. I thought that big shot from Salcido was maybe a difference maker in that 5th round, but another round that was ultra competitive. So far, though, pretty much Andy Cruz in complete control.
Left hook from Cruz, but he looks like he's taking some shots, Shakur.
Yeah, that's the thing right now. It just seems like he's just taking too much risk. You know, with the wrong guy, you could get hurt, and I think that when you're dominating, you just keep dominating.
Oh, yeah, because the one way that Salcido has to win is to throw that straight right hand. It's how he beat Chris Colbert the last time out. Like, you keep moving. Like, he's had problems with movers in the past.
Yep.
Well, it's interesting, Shakur, that you said that. That's kind of your mentality. If you're dominating, just keep dominating. There's people who would say, why does Shakur go for the knockout more? Why does he take more risks? And that's your answer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind taking a risk sometimes, but, you know, you don't want to leave yourself open. So if you're going to take the risk, at least be aware of, like, what you're doing, too.
More of an even fight for sure now here in round 6 than it was in the first couple rounds where Cruz was dominating. Body work always pays bills.
Oh, good shot.
There it was. A little step back, straight right hand.
So what does Salcido need to do here to get more opportunities to land on Cruz?
I think he need to get closer. I think he's fighting at a distance. He's fighting at Andy Cruz range right now. And you got to get closer. Oh, good shot. I think Andy is answering good questions about his chin tonight, though.
Cruz does have a pretty stiff jab, too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been questioning his chin, and I think that tonight he kind of showed a good beard tonight.
Here we go. Box. 10 seconds. 10 segundos.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it. I mean, if you're Andy Cruz, everybody coming into this fight today, this guy's a power puncher. You want to stay away from him. Even his own team was telling him that. But the fighters make decisions in the ring.
Jack Catterall faces Arnold Barboza Jr. in a final eliminator for the WBO Super Lightweight World title. That's Saturday, February 15th. 15th, part of a double-header. Also on that day, we go from England to the Honda Center, Saturday, February 15th, as Regis Prograis takes on Oscar Duarte. That should be a good one. Does Prograis still have it in him, or will Duarte send him out for good? Find out. This 12-round super lightweight showdown, February 15th.
There's the Andy Cruz just throwing that short left hand, backing up Salcido. Good round for Andy Cruz.
Most of the rounds have looked pretty similar, although Cruz was much more dominant in the early rounds. And now he's moving back a lot more as Salcido is turning up the heat.
Salcido got to pick up the pace, though.
He's not throwing enough.
Yeah. Before you look up, the fight will be over if you don't pick up the pace.
Here we go. Box,
Yeah, according to Chris Mannix's scorecard, he pretty much has to win these last 4 rounds.
Mano suelta, estira, stop it. Aquí estoy. Here we go. Box.
Well, speaking of the scorecard, maybe I'm talking out of pocket.
Yeah, 59-55 in favor of Andy Cruz at this point. But, you know, Salcido's in this fight. He's been in these last couple of rounds. It's clear his power is starting to have something of an impact on Andy Cruz. But to Shakur's point, he doesn't have to step on the gas here. Got to let your hands go over these final few rounds.
There's an uppercut there for Salcido.
I'm not a fan of the southpaw switch.
Why not?
Just because everything is working from the other side, so there's really no point in switching.
Oh, there's a right hand. There's the switch he was looking for, and he flipped it.
And he got his respect with that punch, too. Oh!
Andy Cruz taking a page out of Bud Crawford's book, going from lefty to righty.
He's kind of letting him recover right now. I think the guy's a little hurt.
I want to see him switch back to left-handed again.
Yeah.
I liked it. There's a good moment for Salcido. That right hand slipped through as well.
Yeah, I think Cruz a little bit off balance on that exchange. I don't think he got hit with anything big.
Well, the crowd, which is pro-Mexican right here, unhappy with that. They thought maybe Cruz was rocked a little bit.
Ooh, good catch and shoot. Very nice catch and shoot.
30 seconds to go here in round 7. This fight has gotten more and more competitive. Although still, Cruz seems to be well in control. He bit on that fake.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, terrific defense straight into offense.
10 segundos para la campana.
I think this is a great performance by Andy Cruz tonight, though.
You win every round. Back him up. How you feel?
Well, here you're going to see Andy Cruz. I heard you, Shakur Stevenson, talking about that switch. I want to make that switch right now, throw a big left hand. Oh, there's Salcido coming up right away, right off the bat. You'll see Andy Cruz jump into that switch in a moment. And he's switching positions. Nice right hand that caught Salcido right on the chin.
That was a great shot, great shot.
But Shakur, you felt maybe Andy Cruz let him off the hook a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he hurt him, and he kind of didn't like step it up, but I don't think he realized he hurt him either.
Espera la campana. Box.
I think that was great advice by both Yenis too. He told him to back him up a little bit.
So to be on the front foot.
Yep.
generally speaking, prefer fighting on the front foot or the back foot, Shakur?
It depends. I love doing both, but it depends who in front of me. You know, you got to adjust to the guys that's in front of you.
Need some more of that from Salcido. 3-4 punch combination. Just throwing anything at this point.
Yeah, the problem is by the time you're starting to let that third punch go, CRUZ is going to counter shot. Power punches through 7. CRUZ with 65 landed. Salcido with 38.
That was a nice pull counter he just did, too.
It seems to be his bread and butter, the catch and shoot pull counter.
Yep.
Do you do much training with young fighters, Shakur? Are you a good coach?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I got, Zaquin Moses. I got another kid, Manny Chance. I've been working with them, and, I'll coach them all the time.
Love it. Nice right hand there from CRUZ. And this might start to get a little hairy here for Omar Salcido as CRUZ is heating up.
This is kind of pre-K for Andy CRUZ right now. He's kind of used to this.
So what kind of style is going to be the style to beat Andy CRUZ? What kind of fighter will it take?
I think it takes a rugged kind of guy. I think this guy is not being rugged enough. He's not really putting his body on Andy CRUZ and fighting him on the inside. He's kind of fighting at Andy distance.
Oh, yeah. He's starting to showboat a little bit. Mexican fans not appreciative of that.
Déjalo ir, suéltalo. No, sube, stop.
Yeah, that was low.
No era fuerte, pero empujaste la cabeza. Ya sé que te empujó la cabeza, pero sube los golpes. Mira, están diciendo que toca guante, vamos. Caballeros, ¿ok? Vamos, box.
Oh, right hand, a good one from CRUZ. And Salcido showing us he's got a good chin. Bosienna's still yelling at CRUZ to push him back. Hopefully someone's telling him in Spanish because CRUZ said he hasn't learned English yet, but he does know all the cuss words.
Wow.
There you go. You speak much Spanish, Shakur?
I know a little cuss words too myself, actually.
We'll save them for later.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
Another good round here for Andy CRUZ. Want to get another good look at Shakur Stevenson. Slightly out of focus. We're going to get Hey, you got a fight coming up here in a couple weeks. What are some of the key things that you're focused on in this training camp?
The main thing is just being in tip-top shape, coming in there prepared for whatever he brings, and I'm going to put on the show.
All right. Well, I know Shakur's a big fan of my scorecards. I want to get his take on my 135-pound rankings right now. And I would say this first. The only reason I have you at 4 below Zapain is you haven't been at 35 as long as Zapain. It's not a pound-for-pound list. His ranking's 135 pounds. What do you think of that?
I completely disagree with that. I like your list, but I'm a 3-division champion. Zapata has never fought for a belt. He had plenty of opportunity to fight for a world title. He kind of ducked the opportunity several times. So
he did.
To put him over me, I just fully disagree.
It's sacrilegious is what it is, Shakur. It's disrespectful, and it shouldn't have been done.
I had forgotten what that list looked like, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, God.
What do you think? What do you think about Tank being ranked number 1?
I disagree with that, too. I think that Tank is a hell of a fighter. If we talk about popularity, he got the popularity on his side, but truthfully, I think that either me or Lomachenko should be number 1.
Hopefully we see Lomachenko fighting again. Seems to be mulling retirement. Do you have any updates on that, Chris? Have you heard anything out of the Lomachenko camp?
No, he's dealing with some injury issues right now. Going to get them checked out before making a decision, but there's going to be a vacant title fight for an IBF belt. Or an interim title, I should say.
Oh, Andy is definitely showing a good chin tonight, though.
Salcido did have that one moment, I believe, in round 4 where he got a good shot in. moves from CRUZ. How would a Shakur Stevenson-Andy CRUZ fight look?
It'd be very entertaining. It'd be an interesting fight because we both got high IQ. It'll be interesting to see who can hit who.
Yeah, I think that would be more of a chess match.
Yeah.
Good right hand there for Salcido. Again, he's throwing and landing some shots sporadically in these rounds, just not enough.
Yeah, Salcido just trying to find a way to deliver the punches. How do I get myself in the best position? Good right from CRUZ. And you know Salcido's hurt when he's not walking forward. That's what he's built to do.
Yeah, maybe an opportunity here for Andy CRUZ.
He's got him hurt again, it seems, Shakur. Will he go for the gusto here in the ninth?
Look like he's trying to set it up. Look like he's looking for the right shot.
Maybe we should try that switch again.
I don't think he realized he hurt him, though.
Oh, boy, sniper shot there.
10 segundos, pare la campana.
So 1 round to go here from Las Vegas.
Listen, this round right here, you can stop if you want to. You hit him with good shots. Tell him. He hit him with good shots, and you relook it. After you hit him with good shots, you be walk. No, finish him off. Finish him off, man.
Yeah.
You hit him with 2 good shots, he did like this. Finish him off. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I told him.
You know, a good round here from Andy CRUZ. You heard from the corner of CRUZ. They believe he's really hurting Salcido up until this point. And something Shakur noted earlier, if you got a guy hurt, go for it. Try to finish him off. Note that the guy is hurt. You saw some really accurate punching from Andy CRUZ in this round. Left, right, upstairs, downstairs. Just didn't seem like Salcido had any idea where these shots were coming from.
Van a tocar guante, vamos, tocar guante, último asalto. Buena pelea, vamos. Box.
You know, I like that attitude from the corner of CRUZ. They've got to know their guy is up big, but they want to see him go for a stoppage if they see Salcido hurt.
Yeah, I love the way Boziandes trains. I love the way he motivates fighters. And he just wants to see more from his fighters all the time, even when they looking spectacular. So this is definitely a great performance, and I love the way he's handling it. He's back southpaw, too. Oh.
Chris Mannix has only given 1 round to Salcido. Ooh, he wants to do that catch and shoot. CRUZ is hoping that Salcido opens up, which will give him more opportunities to get that late knockdown. Salcido, though, just really not letting his hands go.
Back southpaw.
It seems like CRUZ just having some fun at this point in this final round.
You know, you got called out after the last fight, Shakur. You think the same thing's about to happen again?
Yeah, I think if he's smart, I definitely think he'll, look for a world title, and I'm the guy that got the belt, so I believe he will call me out.
There it is. That's going to be what he's known for, I think, defensively.
Stop! Oh, súbelo. That was an accident. That was an accident. Ya sé que está cansado, pero tienes que subirlo. ¿Estás bien?
I like when the referee says that was an accident. Like, that makes it feel any better.
It's supposed to be around.
It's okay. He didn't mean to do it.
CRUZ said he would knock this guy out. Thought he would do it late, but he's running out of time. Just seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think he tried, though. I think he put the effort in, and you got to respect effort.
Landed another right hand. Salcido backing up. Straight right hand. Maybe he can get it.
Yeah.
He's going for it. He's going for it. Salcido's rocked. Hanging on for dear life. He refuses to let go. Can CRUZ do it? Can he get it down? No, he cannot. Salcido survives.
Nice finish there by Andy CRUZ. Knew he had the fight in the bag, but when he saw Salcido hurt, the words of Bozianis were probably ringing in his ear when he said to him in the corner, said, you got to go for it. If you see this guy hurt, went for it. That fight went 30 more seconds. He might have been able to get him out of here.
Well, how would you rate Andy CRUZ's performance from start to finish?
Start to finish, I think that was his best performance yet. Only criticism I got when he started the first round, he kind of put his glove out there and wanted to dap his opponent up, man.
You don't like that?
Nah, certain guys will hit him. Like, I know if it was me, I probably would.
Really?
Swing. Yeah, because we already dapped each other up when the referee dapped us up. So.
All right.
And here you see the finish of this fight. Andy CRUZ landing what looked like a six-punch combination there, backing up Omar Salcido. And CRUZ, recognizing the moment, just started letting that right hand go. Smart move, veteran move there by Salcido to hold on to get to the finish line. But a tremendous, tremendous finish for Andy CRUZ, who really dominated this fight for most of it.
Yeah, I thought that was his best performance to
It's the return of the quotes as Claressa Shields battles undefeated heavyweight contender Danielle Perkins with Shields' heavyweight title and light heavyweight title on the line. That's live February 2nd in her hometown of Flint, Michigan. Are you a Claressa Shields fan, Shakur?
I think she's the greatest woman to ever do it. I think that she's putting women's boxing on the map. Her, Michaela, and I think they definitely doing a great job for women's boxing. Nobody could beat Claressa Shields, though. Nobody.
I mean, she goes up so many weight classes. She's hunting. She just wants somebody to come fight her.
Yeah, you know what I want? I want an Olympic showdown between Claressa Shields and Michaela Mayer at 154. What do you think about that?
I think it would be a hell of a fight.
There you go. Two of your former teammates there.
But yeah, once again, Claressa is a bad motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, we go to the judges' scorecards. Chris Migliori, 99-91. Dave Moretti and Zachary Young both score the